Hey guys, this week's connection is with Katya. We met in Union Square and talked about our fears, our desire to stay grounded, and maintaining a strong sense of self, which seem to be common threads in a lot of my recent connections. If you like these videos,
please comment, share, and subscribe to them on YouTube so you don't miss your content every Tuesday and so you don't miss your connection.
Boom. Yes. Oh. This is Street Connect, a project that I started to bring more purpose and connection into New York City life. And I do that by having conversations with strangers.
Are you reading anything right now?
I'm reading 2 books currently. I'm reading Trevor Noah's it's his autobiography. And then I'm also reading this kind of like Christian thought book called Forgotten God, which is talking about like the Holy Spirit and how like the Holy Spirit is often forgotten in Christian circles and how as a part of the Godhead he can be really impactful or like powerful. So it's called Forgotten God by this guy Francis Chan, who I've heard about for years, but I never read anything by him. And this is now the second book by him that I read.
Was the first one also like a Christian?
The first book was called Crazy Love, which like
okay.
I mean that's just another like Christian thought book talking about like the embracing the love that God has for us and being able to let that impact how we live our lives, essentially, in a kind of bold, radical way rather than like a mediocre, small way.
No, it should be, I think, a big part of our lives, even for people who aren't like of a Christian background or who aren't like who don't believe in God necessarily. I think there's still, I don't know. I mean, I feel like God just tries to capture an essence, even for people who don't have an organized religion, like there's still like an essence that that can be understood as God for those people.
Right. For sure. What's your greatest fear?
Oh God, so many. I guess my greatest fear is not not following in my own destiny, and kind of the fact that I can like steer away from it and with like bad habits and like things like that. Like very little like decisions can kind of change the course of everything, and like not taking care of yourself and that kind of thing, and not like listening to your intuition, listening to your heart, and like not like living out your values can kind of steer you away from like the person that you want to be. And like that's really scary to me. And the fact that like I have experienced like depression and things like that kind of like make it difficult to follow in like your greatest self, like that freaks me out a lot. So
how do you stay the course?
Well, I try to do things that are fulfilling for me, like read in Union Square, have meaningful conversations with people, and have people that matter to me close to me. And honestly, I'm going to start going to therapy personally. Like, I think that's okay to do.
Definitely. It's definitely an okay and amazing, great thing to do.
Thank you. I think so too. How would you say that you stay the course with kind of being the person that you want to be? And what's important to you?
Similar to you, like doing things that I find to be like fulfilling and like life-giving, as well as like my community, like having a core group of people who can like challenge me and help me like stay true to like who I say I want to be.
That's so important.
And I guess the forgotten God, the Holy Spirit, I feel like.
Do you have a greatest fear? Or
what struck me about your answer and like what resonates with me is that like mine is the same thing. And I think I recently had a conversation with my sister, and that was also like her greatest fear. I think that like is maybe a similar thread that runs deep for so many of us. You just really want to be authentic in a world that like bombards you with so much media and things that are contrary, and like there's so much isolation. And
even before media, it's like people are always trying to not let you be yourself because they think that they learned their life lesson, and they like try to like force it on you, like
all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
it feels like any other fears that I have kind of just stem from that, me not being able to like cope with it or handle it or like find my place in the madness, you know. So I don't know, that's like the most important thing and like the greatest like challenge, I think.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I feel like it used to come easy to me to like be authentic, and it had a lot to do with like the people that I was around, but like I didn't realize that like going to different places and like starting new chapters in your life, like the people will change, and like it's so important to maintain relationships with like the people that matter, because you think like, oh, they're always going to be there, but they're not. Like, yeah, I don't know, I'm learning a lot. Learning a lot right now.